I want to pick up where we left off on the live, because halfway through the live, I was like, man, I actually want to save some of these questions for this, because we were talking about 30 years of Alec Bradley.
Yeah.
And you getting the opportunity to work closely with your dad for 6 years.
Yeah.
And I worked for my dad in like high school and stuff. He was in production, like unloading trucks and blah, 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 blah. And his big thing was always like, go to college so you don't have to do this job. So it was never like I was going to work for his business. He was going to like sell it and us never have anything to do with it. But I always, in other parts of my family, like my grandpa and my uncles, they all like took over the family business or worked under him and then ran different parts of it. And I always loved hearing the stories of what are like the big takeaways? What are the things that you learned just through being around him, both at home and in the office? Reflecting on 30 years of AB, what are some of the top things that stand out to you that you take now as you run Alec Bradley and continue to build the brand that you learned from Alan?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I know that's a big question, but like it's like genuinely, I think it's like such a special thing you got to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now you get to carry it forward.
Yeah, I don't know, there's so many different things, like in different aspects, right? So like, in a way, like the takeaway, let's just say before the sale is that like, work is work, but it's also family. Like, and there, obviously we had, me, my brother, and my dad, and at a time my grandfather all in the same office, and which was amazing. And it's hard to not bring family work, into the office. Like it is family, so like it's hard to, keep that out, or people that I've known for 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years, like also not bringing that stuff into the office. It's impossible. Everyone has like their own personalities and stuff like that. So it's not about stopping that from happening, but learning how to incorporate that into the business and making sure it still runs properly and not letting people's egos or feelings get hurt and stuff like that. Like everything it should be for the good of the business, but we're all friends, we're all family, and you have to learn how to properly navigate people's feelings, along with business as part of it. So really unique, and everyone's business and stuff is different, like, you guys have, are now on year 2, and I'm sure, people here, you guys are like a family, and you have to, but then there's still structures, you're still an owner, there's people that work for you, and you may empower them, and some people can go too far. Some people, take ownership and feel like they're a part of the Creekside family, which is amazing, right? Like you build a community, you're building a family, within your business, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's something I've taken away from my dad, from Alan, is like there's balance and there has to be understandings and there's leeway, and the focus of the business always needs to be at the top of mind. But then more on like the cigar side of things is like, attention to detail is everything.
Yeah.
Like that is, I've seen my dad, wait on products to put out because they're just simply not ready. And like, I'm like, how do you know it's not ready? He's like, you'll know. And I'm like, that doesn't help me.
Oh, thank you.
That doesn't help me. But it's more like you'll know when you know.
Yeah.
And, I've seen him delay, product launches that like everyone expects us to have at a certain time, just things are ready when they're ready. And that's something I'm a true believer in. It's like, it's not ready until it's ready. And, that's, different now, going from Alec Bradley now to General Cigars or Scandinavian Tobacco Group, STG, is like, there's plans. But what's great about here, STG, is like we plan so far in the future. And, things are fluid, things can change, but like we have goals that we're trying to, set, and we plan 2, 3, 4 years in the future. So there shouldn't be any hiccups planning this far ahead. But there's always hiccups.
Yeah.
Par
for the course.
So, yeah, I don't know.
It's how you respond to them, though, right?
Right.
And what you're willing to overlook or push, be like, yeah, that's fine, versus watching the model of like, if we're looking at the end customer and we're trying to increase the value of our brand year over year, we can't just put out a bad product to make a quick dollar.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a sustainable, you're not in business for 30 years and you don't sell to one of the largest tobacco companies just because you cut corners and you did things the quick and easy way. Like,
no. I mean, there was a time that, my dad didn't like where the state of Alec Bradley was, and he wanted us to be more profitable, and he changed, a lot the way that we did deals, the way that the business was structured, and people in the company thought that what he was trying to accomplish wasn't a realistic goal for Alec Bradley.
Yeah.
And about 3 years later, he accomplished that goal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, so like he got the company to be where he wanted it to be. And it took a lot of, changes in decision making that like we wouldn't have normally done, but it ended up working out in our favor and, in his favor, obviously. So, trying to be strict and stick to your guns is something I think that I've learned from him is like, if you believe something and you think you can accomplish it and you have a goal and like, things that you can do to get there, like you have to stick to it, like see the future, see the goal for it, and just stay on it.
So now in your role with Alec Bradley, where you spearhead the creation of new brands, new blends, how it goes to market, what is your approach for the continuation of Alec Bradley when you sit down to, and we'll get to, I want to go back to the 30th, but that's more of a special release. Like when you're creating new things, safekeepings, do not disturb, where are you getting that inspiration? How are you looking at what the right product is going to be for the market and who your smoker is?
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal in a way is to never change the mindset that Alan has set forth, which is a good cigar for a good price. Want to be the best part of your day or best hour of your day was always his thing, and he never wanted cigars to be out of a price range that the everyday person couldn't afford. Like our most expensive cigar, when my dad first launched Fine and Rare was like $20 cigar, and I was like, oh my god, that's so expensive.
Yeah.
Now a $20 cigar is like, that's like 50% of everything on the shelf.
Yeah.
So the highest it's ever gotten was $28 a couple years ago.
What's the story with Fine and Rare?
So Fine and Rare is our most limited product. We usually make about 2,000 give or take boxes every year, 10 count boxes, 10 different tobaccos in the cigar. 2 people get to roll it. So two people, the best 2 rollers in the factory, get to roll the cigar, and that's it. And we change it every year. We always have unique codes on them. No one knows the codes. It's only known like pretty much to us, the family, and a couple of people. They all have unique codes that, my father created forever, all have unique meanings to him. And then, a couple of years ago, I got to partake in creating some of those.
That's cool.
Those meanings, and they all just have, little special meanings to us for certain people and stuff like that.
So cool. All right, so we're here. Now I can do a more formal intro. If you don't know, and if Ramsey doesn't put the titles on the screen, sitting down with Brad Rubin, Alec Bradley Cigars, 2-year birthday party celebration. And we were talking about it on our live show yesterday. We turned 2. AB turned or is turning 30, and the 30th is coming out.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Like, and I'm aware like that made. There's different emotions throughout the lineage. Great cigar.
Great.
Underrated cigar. Of Alec Bradley and different milestones that have happened, but you look back at this represents your family. It still does. It always will. It's 30 years. It's a special release. Tell me about the cigar and any other tidbits around it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something like I was just saying a minute ago is like a good cigar for a good price is really what it's about.
Yeah, because it's what is it retail
I think it's
on this?
like a $12 Toro.
Yeah, 30th anniversary.
Right. We're like, hey,
$12 Toro.
It's special, but it's not that special. But
special, but we're gonna be us.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the heart of the cigar. Is like we're not gonna try and do something that we're not. Like we're not gonna try and boost it up because of what it is. We're gonna stick true to like who Alec Bradley is, and that's an affordable cigar. At a great price. Like we always hope that the cigar you're willing to pay more money than what you actually paid for is really what the goal, Alan's goal always was. So yeah, it's like Robusto, Toro, Gordo, classic sizes with a brick and mortar double Perfecto only.
Sick.
And made at Raíces Cubanas, a factory that we've been working with for decades, who made Prensado, who made Tempest, who made Magic Toast, who made Kintsugi and Coyol Petit Lancero.
Dude, I'm so obsessed with this cigar.
So just like our home factory, just doing what they do, making amazing cigars for us as always. And it's just something special. And, there's actually, if you look at the cigar, you can take it, if you want to look above Alec Bradley, you can see little cigar names on there and stuff. So it's actually a little tiny list of a bunch of different cigars, some well-known, some really not well-known on there.
Occidental Reserve.
Yeah, which is the cigar that really started Alec Bradley, made at Davidoff Bundle Cigar, one of Alec Bradley's longest-lasting brands of all time. And it's basically a list of all the cigars, and then at the end I have family members. So I have Alan and Terry, my mom and dad. I have David and Victoria. David was my dad's dad. My grandfather passed away. My grandma Victoria, who's still around, and then my cousin who passed away a couple years ago, or about a year ago, Josh. So just something to commemorate, family, the history of Alec Bradley. It's tiny, it's in there, it's, little Easter eggs. It's not for everyone to know, but it's just to have a part of my family, our story, and something that's so special to us.
Yeah. You're like the bandmaster, Brad. It's like Kintsugi, Safekeepings, 30th, D&D. I just love the little detail pieces because I never noticed them all. Probably the first handful of times I smoked the cigar.
Yeah.
And then one day I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh shit, that's cool.
Right. The details,
it's so cool,
are there for everyone, but they're not there for everyone because not everyone will notice. So it's for the 1% that notice, the 1% that do notice. We're grateful that you took the time to look down and study it a little bit, and it just we try and show that there's the cigar part and then there's the packaging part, and they're equally as important, and we want to make sure we're putting full effort into both and not just putting Alec Bradley across the front and Times New Roman and calling it a day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that you could go ultra minimum one day and you just do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I always wanted to do an unbranded cigar, just Alec Bradley unbranded.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a good pipe dream, Brad.
Yeah. That'll never happen.
I'm sure that gets pitched and
just that'll get shot
accepted
down
with big open arms by marketing.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay. Petit Coil, Petit Lancero Coil. This Honduran Puro, this one?
I think a Honduran Nicaraguan. I don't think we do anything that's a Honduran Puro.
But it's so unique.
It's the perfect medium body cigar to ever exist.
I think this is the first cigar you ever gave me from, or maybe Alex sent me a box of these. He's like, you need to smoke this cigar. And between this cigar and then I feel and I'm not saying this was the intention, but Kintsugi to me is the follow-up. They're like cousins, Coyol and Kintsugi in a way.
See that. Yeah, similar styles.
Where they're going to give you a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Without punching you in the face, without a ton of strength. They're refined but flavorful. And these are the two that and Gatekeeper Corona that I consistently go back to. But Coyol is one of the first I ever smoked after meeting you guys, and I was like, I'd never heard of that cigar. And I lit it up. I'm like, I love this cigar.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
Hello, friend.
Yeah, it's so awesome. We'll always have a place in my heart.
Delish. All right, so I want to know, and I think a lot of the people want to know.
Okay.
Hold on. We have PCA coming up.
Yeah.
I have to ask about the new things.
Okay.
We have 30th.
Yeah.
Is there any other new brands coming out for Alec Bradley this year?
No.
Okay. Why? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Super bummed.
Everything is 30th. That's the focus. It's just 30th, So we don't want anyone paying attention to anything else. So
just look at this.
Don't even go.
Silver band.
Don't go to another booth. Don't talk to other accounts. Come and get the 30th. It's going to be awesome.
What do you think it's like now that I'm thinking about PCA, and I love going to PCA. Really any of the trade shows or large cigar events because of like the reunion feel aspect of it, of meeting, seeing other people in this industry that you've either known for a long time or a short time, but it feels like a long time. What do you think makes the cigar industry special and different than other industries? And I know part of your answer is going to be like there's a family aspect to it, right. But like why do you think that is? Like why is it so different than other industries?
I think it's because it's so small.
Yeah.
It's such a small industry, you know, like if you really, you know, like everyone likes to compare us to alcohol. We're like, we're probably like 1% of alcohol, you know, like we're just not.
Just because we're regulated doesn't mean we're the same.
Yeah. We're just not, you know, anywhere close. So I think, you know, these are all family businesses that have just been around for, you know, some decades and some couple years and some 50 years, you know, like you have legends in this industry, but a lot of the brands kind of popped up around the same time, just like the 90s. So like it's just, it really actually is in terms of, you know, an established industry-ish industry, like it's all fairly new. So like, you know, a lot of the people that own and run these companies are still the first generation. The second generation, like myself and others, are coming into it, but there's not that many that are, you know, I guess really at the top is like third generation, right? You have like Fuente and Padrón, obviously like the legends, but everyone else is basically like first coming into second generation. So it's just not a long storied history of cigars. So I think that's why, you know, it's so small, so tight knit, and why everyone gets along so well is because everyone kind of took this ride and journey kind of together.
Yeah, I feel like that's also why I always laugh in cigars because I worked in other industries well before I ever worked in cigars, and everything is like, and this, I'm not saying that there's no contracts in cigars, but there's just this thing about your word and like handshake deals that feels so old school that you don't see in a lot of places anymore. And I think part of the reason is probably because it's a smaller industry. And it's like, well, I mean, if you screw me, like it's over for you because this guy's my cousin and this guy's my best friend and this guy helped me launch and this guy gave me free molds when I needed them in my factory. And like, you're almost required. You're not required, but you're more incentivized to be a good person and follow through on what you say you're going to do. But that's also unique, I think, to cigars.
Yeah. You know, like you kind of, like you said, you kind of have to, like, or else your reputation gets, you know, destroyed very, very quickly. And like people won't want to work with you and stuff like that. So like, you know, the best thing you can do is just like stay true to your word, or else like people are going to be coming after you.
You're done. Or you'll have a really small little posse.
Yeah.
Keeping you alive.
Yeah. Like, you know, be honest, you know, stick to your word, you know, trust the people until they don't become trustworthy. Honestly, like, you know, it doesn't mean that, you know, people haven't done, you know, things to people in this industry that aren't successful. You know, I'm sure that they have, and I'm sure they will, and they'll continue to. But like, you know, at the end of the day, most of the people that we all work with, like you said, it's handshake. Like, and like most people don't want to sign a contract. They don't like. It's handshake. So like,
it's almost like disrespectful. Like, oh, you don't trust that I'll do what I'm gonna say I'm gonna do.
Correct.
No deal.
Right. So all these manufacturers that, you know, have kind of grown and become, you know, who they are, you know, Vicencias and AJ Fernandez and, you know, all these legends in the industry, like they got to where they are because of, you know, staying true to their word and having, you know, they're entrusted with people's brands and lives, and making, you know, if they screw something up, you know, like they'll take it back, you know, like because they want you to keep doing business with them and not take your business somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, like I had worked with a manufacturer, someone that we don't normally work with, and we made the cigar with them, amazing cigar. And, you know, the second production, amazing. Third one that came in was just not it was not the same cigar, and just wasn't very good. And we just knew that we couldn't sell it as that brand. We thought it would hurt the brand. And we called him, told him, and he happily took it back.
Wow.
So, yeah, of course. If it's not what you ordered, then that's it. You know, and that's the trust that we have, and, you know, what we expect when we work with people.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to make sure that you have the right partners in this industry. And there's a reason why, again, these big people and these legends have the credibility that they do, because they're willing to do stuff like that.
What excites you about still working in cigars?
Honestly, stuff like this, like being here, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like you enjoy the travel,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
the seeing people. I mean, I know the travel is taxing.
yeah, it's
at a certain
taxing.
level.
Don't like being away from a girlfriend and stuff like that. Trying
Yeah.
to make the home life as happy as possible. And she wants me home, of course, but she understands it's part of my job. And but like being here, like what is it, like 68 degrees out and sunny and everything.
Good
like
energy.
That. Yeah, and like everyone's happy to be here. Everyone's excited to meet me and hear about our cigars and stuff like that. Like that's the stuff that, like, even though again, it can be taxing or whatever, like it's the part that is fulfilling. Like, but then sometimes you travel and maybe go to a retailer that maybe is in a bad mood and you get destroyed by, and you walk out feeling unsettled and stuff like that, whatever. Those are the tough ones, but like being here, having a good time, smoking cigars, having nice people give me some drinks is the best part of this job. Like it's all about the people. This industry is nothing without people. So
Are you leaving?
I'm leaving, yeah. I gotta get home to the baby. I got the itch. I want to see my little girl.
Thank you, dude.
I didn't want to interrupt
Thank you
you
for
dude.
everything. I appreciate
You're the
it.
best, man.
Thank you.
All much love. Can't wait to see you up in Detroit.
I can't wait for it. Thanks, buddy.
take care. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about. He came here from Detroit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Keep that in the pot. Don't cut, Ramsey.
Yeah, don't cut it.
Don't cut it.
Yeah.
So that's what this industry is all about, is the people. We're nothing without people that smoke cigars and enjoy what we do, and that will forever be it. So the best thing you can do is enjoy the time spent with everyone.
Yeah, and smoking good company,
Good
Brad.
company. That's what they say. That's what some people say.
Muju coming by was both very nice and has fully distracted me from everything you had said and the question that I had next that I wanted to ask you. So I'm going to go to this because I don't even think I know this answer. This is a fun one. You get 3 cigars for the day from Alec Bradley or Alec and Bradley. What are you smoking morning, afternoon, and night?
Morning, afternoon, and night. I would probably. It's funny because all of my go-to cigars are all like my morning cigars.
Like, is that your favorite time of the day to enjoy a cigar?
Yeah, first
Like,
thing.
if you actually want to sit and just be a cigar smoker.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, not you're like looking at a blend or you're at the office smoking and like you want to go enjoy a cigar.
Yeah, probably if I have the time, like kind of like at 11 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, have had my coffee or, grabbed like a late coffee or something like that. I just find that like I have gone down and from heavier cigars to mild to medium. So I just find that like my go-tos are all my mild to medium cigars. So like before I answer your question, like my go-tos are the Do Not Disturb, the Kintsugi Corona Gorda, and then obviously, Pollo Petit Lancero. So all in that mild to medium range. But I, like you said, like 3 cigars, for like the day. So I like to go up in like my range. So I would maybe say I would probably start with a Do Not Disturb. And then honestly, kind of Kintsugi's like almost in the middle. So I think I would actually pick probably a Pollo Petit Lancero and then probably end on a Gatekeeper Corona. Those would be... Yeah, those. Yeah, that's. Yeah. I don't know why it's such a difficult question. Normally,
You only get 3.
Right.
Well, yeah, I guess, Gatekeeper's probably the one that holds up the most at night. Like after you've smoked a couple cigars already that day, or you're like drinking something with it.
Yeah.
That cigar cuts through, man.
Yeah. So yeah, Do Not Disturb, Pollo, Gatekeeper. The perfect day.
Do you guys have any more barrel picks coming out anytime soon?
We do.
Can you talk about them?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like I'll do that Ramsey clap just in case. So I know that what we're planning on doing is a Heaven Hill bottled in bond barrel pick.
Oh, cool. The blue one.
The blue one, which
I've never seen a pick with that.
it's apparently very difficult to get.
Oh, cool.
Alec is the legend for getting it. And it's meant to be paired with the 30th. So I don't know when it's coming out.
That's rad.
But it's awesome. Heaven Hill, great partners. Currently trying to plan an event for the 30th at Heaven Hill. I think at the end of July. We did an event with them last year, and 50-person dinner. They built a huge tent so we can smoke cigars, like massive, massive tent, like basically bigger than my apartment. And like, it was just awesome. They had like this whole panel. It was amazing. They got the opportunity to buy like an exclusive bottle afterwards if you attended. Like, Heaven Hill, one of the best partners we've ever had. They're amazing.
Yeah, some would say the Elijah Craig barrel proof pick y'all did was the best ones.
I mean, possibly.
With the safe keepings.
Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know.
I always loved the pick. We bought the Penelope. It's like almost light whiskey. Like, it was big time.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of those here, and like anytime you release them, we'll put them out for like members night with whatever the cigar you guys pair them with. That one was awesome. I just love that whole program that you guys do. And you've been like, you and Alec have been over the past, I don't know, what, 5, 6, 7 years, really like way more involved in the bourbon community. You always had a good relationship with Scotch.
Yeah, for a long time.
But now, like, getting more experimental. The experimental series. With bourbon is like, it's really cool to like watch and follow along as a consumer with that one.
Yeah,
I dig a lot of that.
Yeah, it's just such a obviously like crossover community. We're here. People have bourbons, fantastic, stuff that everyone's been bringing and very kindly pouring for me.
What are you drinking right now?
I was given something awesome. Eagle Rare 12.
Yes, I just had it.
It's amazing.
They came in the humidor with glasses and he's pouring Eagle Rare. I'm like, all right, but they were like freaking out over it. I'm like, I mean, it's Eagle Rare. And then I saw the little copper top.
Yeah.
I said, wait, what is that? And he turned it around. I saw the 12 and I was like, oh my, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That thing is so good.
It's great. It's amazing. I need a bottle.
Syrupy, sweet. It's like, I don't think I can ever drink Eagle Rare 10 again.
Regular Eagle Rare. Yeah, but it's been cool being a part of like the bourbon community. Like we're good friends with a lot of like the bourbon, podcast YouTubers like Bourbon Junkies and ADHD and, a bunch of people that, have been in the space and doing such a good job at it for so long. So, and then through like our partners at Justin Tassa Bourbon / Bourbon Outfitter, like we do all of our barrel picks with them. You can get them on Bourbon Outfitter. I think actually our Jack Daniels one is still available, which like it is such a killer bottle. You have to go try it if you're listening and it's still available at the point where this comes out, like go grab it. It is. I bought like 4 for myself. But yeah, being a part of this community, like it's definitely like opened up like a world to us. And like, I've been traveling around and this is going to go the same for you. And I'll talk about it after, but like, I'm like working cigar events and they're like, Bourbon Junkies, and they're like, oh yeah, your brother's, always on Bourbon Junkies, blah, 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 all that stuff. And like, we love what you guys do. And it's been like cool to see in a cool partnership. And that's where I'm going to lead into you is like, I've been traveling around, the country and like the world and people are like, do you know the Creekside guys? And I'm like, yeah, I know them. So like I was in like St. Louis like a month or so ago and they're like, do you know Dave at Creekside? And I was like, yeah, no, I know him pretty well. And I was in like Dusseldorf, Germany.
I remember this one because that was the first time anybody texted me outside the country, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, this guy that just started working at this shop, and he's like, yeah, I'm like getting into cigars and blah blah blah, and like I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I'm like, oh, who do you watch? Who do you listen to? And he's like, Creekside, and I was like, that's awesome. That's amazing.
The global name, Creekside.
Yeah, it really is. Like it's insane to think about, but like you guys are putting out such great content that is engaging that like you guys have fans like everywhere now.
Yeah.
Like it's reaching people.
Yeah, it's nuts. Especially like me and Ramsey always laugh about this because of all the content we made when we were at Cigar Club. And I'm like, some of it did fine, some of it didn't do great, some of it did better than others. And we made lots of it. And every now and then we'll get these like troll comments or people that are just angry, like, oh, you just like one day made a video and da da. I'm like, you don't know about the other like 600 videos that I have made that like 100 people watched.
Yeah.
And we're always like, I don't know what is different here or what changed. I think a lot of it is like the people that we try and bring on, whether it's like our staff or just like how do we show the side of cigars that is the realest, like the least pretentious,
Right.
the most comfortable, like the way that we try and operate the business. But whenever it reaches people beyond Cincinnati, honestly, it's pretty crazy to me. But yeah, when you text me in Germany, I'm like, yeah, that's a new one. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, it's cool, you know, like,
Or if I see the Creekside hat behind the net on a Panthers game when I'm watching.
yeah, catch me at the Panthers games, right behind the goal.
How are the Panthers doing this year, by the way?
Bad.
Oh,
bad.
Hey, you got to enjoy the run that you had. You can't even be sad.
I got 2 cups, 2 cups, and I was right on the glass for both. Two of the best memories I'll ever have in my life. Got to go. I snuck onto the parade bus, kind of.
What?
Not on the start of the parade, but on the way back of the parade. Got to meet the coach. Had sent him cigars a couple times. When I met him, he was hammered, but like he was like, "Oh my god, like I love all the cigars you guys send me." Blah blah blah. And there's a shop in Winnipeg because that's where he's from. Shout out Thomas Hines, great place, great cocktails.
Oh, cool.
Great cigar lounge. One of the few places in Canada that you can go smoke in. If you're ever in Winnipeg, Thomas Hines, great shop. And like he'll stop by and like stop there to get cigars, go up to his cabin and stuff, and do whatever he does on his off season. But yeah, got to go on the parade bus back. Kind of snuck on there and enjoyed it, you know.
Dude, that is so cool.
It was awesome.
And just to see a championship, really, like in any sport, to see a championship moment for the team you love. But hockey's just different live to me. Like,
yeah.
And growing up a Panthers fan and never winning, and then, you know, now the like track that they've been on is pretty crazy. All right, I have one more question for you, Brad.
Yeah.
I want to know, you don't have to pick like the number one because this may be hard, but give me one of the best a memory that stands out to you, or a moment in cigars. Like, what's one of the best memories you have working in this industry? And maybe not even working, being a part of it. Yeah. You've been a part of it since you were a baby.
Yeah. I think I got this one from like filtering through, but I think I have one that's for sure it. And that would be a couple years ago, maybe about 4 years ago. Someone's stealing your car?
What's he doing? Oh, what's happening? Oh, all right. Oh, yeah. No, I'll text you. I don't know why it's squeaking like that, though. Okay, sorry, Brad. Typical Griff. We're having a nice moment here.
So the memory that for sure sticks out as like best moment. It's probably the worst I've ever looked, actually, but it was at the Big Smoke in Fort Lauderdale at the Hard Rock on a panel. Me, my dad, and my brother.
Okay.
When I say the worst I ever looked, it's because I was probably like the heaviest I ever was, / rocking a mustache, / rocking a mullet. And the pictures of me, you can look it up. It's not flattering in the slightest bit. I was maybe going through a moment.
Look at you now, Brad.
Yeah, look at me and stuff. But yeah, I mean, being on a cigar aficionado, you know, the people that in a way kind of created this industry, made it what it is, what it was. You know, like they're I don't want to say the end all be all, but like, you know, cigar aficionado, in my opinion, like we're not here. Like Alec Bradley's not here. I don't think Creekside is here unless cigar aficionado exists. And so to be on a panel, you know, talking about, you know, becoming the second generation of a cigar company with my name on it, with my brother, with my dad, talking about it. I mean, there's just nothing that could be more special than that.
That's pretty cool.
It's unbelievable.
Well, Brad, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it has.
Thank you for being here. Seriously, genuinely.
Yeah.
And where can people find you?
People could find me out on the road quite a bit.
Wherever Alec Bradley is, look for Brad.
Right. I think I'll be in, let's see, I'll be at the trade show.
You're about to hit a gauntlet.
Yeah.
Let them know. Trade
show next week at PCA in New Orleans. Immediately after that, Club Macanudo in New York City. Cool. A week after that at Smokestack in Pittsburgh.
If you're in Pittsburgh, by the way, you need to go to this event at Smokestack and see Brad.
Yeah, they're the best.
You need to go. That place is a gem in the entire cigar industry.
One of the best, humidors as well. The options are endless. Great people there too. Josh Eagle, an absolute legend. And then right after that, I'll be at Robusto and Breyer in Cleveland. And then after that, I think is Big Smoke Miami. And then I think after that, I'm in Tampa. I think after that, I'm in Atlanta. And then I think after that, I get a week or two break. And then God knows.
Back out.
Only God knows where I'll be.
Well, hey, if any of you guys watching are in any of those places, go say hi to Brad.
Please do.
Let him know you're part of Creekside fam.
Yeah.
All right, brother. We'll get back to it. Creekside fam, thank you as always for all the support of the channel, what we're doing, and for hanging out with me and Brad Rubin from Alec Bradley Cigars. Talk to you all soon.